NCWLIFE Channel Sports is proud to bring you the following presentation.
He will take it down, and he will take the lead. How about that? 7-6.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Together for You, and TC Slingers. Now, let's go to the gym for live coverage of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
To his own back, it's Jackson. 2-point takedown and maybe some near-fall points coming up for Brad.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Wenatchee High School along with the old coach, Dave Granstrom. I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we finally get to bring you some wrestling. And, Dad, what a good one to pick for our first one here as we get towards the end of the season, Sunnyside and Wenatchee.
Absolutely. This is a dandy.
We've got two teams that are ranked in the state. We've got Sunnyside ranked number 1. We've got Wenatchee ranked 14th. I know they're thinking about districts, they're thinking about regionals, but first things first, that league title means a lot, doesn't it?
It certainly does. You know, a lot of these wrestlers that were, especially those that were in state last year, they started thinking about the state tournament coming up, but now we still have to determine a league champion.
So the interesting part of this for Wenatchee is for the second time in history, first time in 33 years, they knocked off Moses Lake last week. Now, in wrestling, it's a little different. It's not a team sport necessarily. Can that carry over from one week to the next when you have such an exciting win like that?
It can. It's a matter of mental capacity, just exactly like football, you know. Yeah. Sometimes you have to drag yourself up from a loss. On the other hand, if you had an outstanding performance by all your wrestlers, then this week could be another dandy for Wenatchee.
Well, and the interesting part about this is Sunnyside's loaded. They've got 15 wrestlers that are ranked in the state, only 14 weight classifications, by the way. But those are a lot in the younger, in the smaller weight class. So I see this match as being smaller, early, Sunnyside's favor. But when you get to the upper weights, Wenatchee's got the advantage.
Well, then that's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely so, because they're starting at the lowest weight at 106 pounds. They're going to go all the way up to super heavy from there. We've got a good one in store. We're going to talk to the head coach for Wenatchee coming up and see what that match last week against Moses Lake, his alma mater, meant for him when we come back. It's the pregame show, Wenatchee and Sunnyside, the battle for first of the Big Nine, coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Wenatchee and Sunnyside battle for first of the Big Nine. Carlos Adamy joining us, the head coach for the Wenatchee Panthers in your second year, is that right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that win at Moses Lake. I mean, it's only the second time in team history, first time in 33 years. You are very familiar with Moses Lake. What did that mean for you and for this program?
Just a super big accomplishment for the school. I mean, it was a team effort that went out there and we wrestled really hard, and we just wrestled with a lot of heart, and that it really showed. And just great for the program to see us back on top, and creating that rivalry that we had a long time ago with Moses Lake. So just super excited to have that back and get a fire back in for wrestling and draw some more attention back to the program that's been gone for so long. So.
And how fun was that to have it come down to the last match? I think 168 pounds to determine the entire match.
You say fun, I say stressful, but it was a lot of fun. Hats off to my team again. They're putting in the work, and it's really showing that it's paying off, and they're really buying into what we're doing and what our program's going to be about in our future and building that future, and so the kids are all on board for it and have a lot of energy, and that's always exciting when you're a coach.
I frame this as Sunnyside. Obviously, they've been state competitors for a long time. They've got 8 of their 11 wrestlers that placed back on this team this year. Is that kind of the benchmark where you tell your kids, okay, they're where we want to be?
It's not that's where we want to be. We just got to be able to compete. Well, if we can compete like them, then we're right there in the mix with them. But if we can't compete, then they're gonna pull away from us. And it's just creating that drive to compete. And if we can get that and instill that into my wrestlers, then we're gonna do really good.
Let's talk about this match tonight. I see we're starting at the low weights. They seem to have maybe a little bit advantage on paper as far as the low weights are concerned. You guys have the advantage with the upper weights. What's going to need to happen for you guys to pull off the win and get a chance at that Big 9 regular season title?
We just got to keep those lower weights close. We can't give up any big points. If we can keep it close in those lower weights, I think we have a chance to compete with them.
Well, Carlos, best of luck here tonight, and keep everybody healthy.
All right, thank you.
All right, Carlos Adamy joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and get you the TC Slingers starting lineups with the bout sheet coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
And welcome back once again here to Wenatchee High School. We've got some JV matches to finish up here, and I apologize, I'm not going to be able to give you the names of those that are out on the mat right now, but it is a lead for Sunnyside's wrestler at 182 pounds in our junior varsity match, 9-0 right now, as he's trying to tip over the Wenatchee wrestler here. Along with Dave Granstrom, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for a Big 9 matchup tonight. Both teams 4-0 coming in. Sunnyside this year, they have averaged outpointing their opponents in head-to-head league matches 59-5. Wenatchee, meanwhile, going to 4-0, coming off that huge win at Moses Lake last week, 39-33. They have outpointed their opponents by an average of 51-21. So there's been a lot of pins there, Dad.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of 6-pointers.
Now, Sunnyside comes in tonight after 2 blowout victories. They beat West Valley 70-0 and Eisenhower 69-0.
To nothing?
To nothing.
Oh my goodness.
So that's kind of a rough outing.
That's a rough outing.
And a rough outing for the Wenatchee wrestler there, falling. Did he get pinned or was it just a 9-0? I think
just 9-0.
Yeah. I think we've got one more, maybe 2 more JV matches. We'll have a girls match as well. Marion is down the road from us. Marion, can you maybe get a phone shot of the names of these wrestlers off of the PA announcer's sheet
so we can get at least the names out there. A good-looking kid for Wenatchee right here.
Right, yeah. These are big boys.
So this is probably 195 pounds, I imagine, if we were just at 182. We'll have 14 varsity matches coming up after we have a little ceremony here at Wenatchee High School. They have one of their wrestling coaches, who's a former wrestler at Wenatchee High, being inducted into the Hall of Fame here for Wenatchee. That ceremony is not for a few more weeks, but he's not going to be able to be here for that. And so they're going to do that in between the JV matches and the varsity matches. That is the varsity match. I need the JV names. So we'll try to get these names of these youngsters that are out there right now. And then we'll give you our lineups as well for the varsity match. And as we talked about, Dad, it's going to be interesting where Sunnyside seems to have the advantage in the lower weights, but Wenatchee in the upper weights. And so how does that work where the drawing, it starts in the lower weights and gives Wenatchee maybe that chance to come back towards the end of the night?
Okay, well, now you have to look at it this way, too. You don't have to necessarily win a match to help your team. If you're outmatched and you don't get pinned and you only lose by 3, you gain 3 for your team.
And that's exactly what Carlos Adami said in our pregame show just a few moments ago. He said the lower weights, all I need them is to be tight. I just, you just can't get pinned.
Right.
Just
right.
Get a decision, even if it's not in your favor, that helps us out down the road.
Absolutely. That's what they have to do.
Okay, Marion, were you able to get some names here?
The numbers are JV.
Okay, the number is JV. Oh, boy. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to decipher this. Okay. Oh, okay. So I said we would be at 195 here?
Something close.
Okay, 195. So for, except I don't know who's on the left and who's on the right here. Oh, okay. So this is Evan Smith, I believe, for Wenatchee. And Victor Mancia for Sunnyside at 195. Yes, I think I heard him say Smith, so I think I'm right. So Evan Smith. And again, we're not going to have the names on the screen for you because, again, this is kind of bonus coverage here on the NCWLIFE Channel. And Victor Mancia.
And we have a match, by the way. It's 2-1.
Well, and as they took the mat, we just got to. Well, so much for that.
Right. We have a reversal right to the back.
Now the challenge is to stay off your back for another minute and 40 seconds. That's a tough go.
Yeah, tough go. Tough go.
And it'll be Mancia to come away with the pin here in this junior varsity match. And so I think we've got 2 more matches to come, then a girls match. So we'll go from 195 to 220. Okay, Jesse Cano for Wenatchee and Julian Gonzalez for Sunnyside. And he said Jesse. I think the writing here says Jesus Cano for Wenatchee. And Julian Gonzalez here for the Grizzlies. You know, and one thing that my dad and I were watching here, folks, in these early matches, and it helps us to kind of scout things for the for the varsity match later. Right. What do the teams like to do? Because coaching goes all the way through the ranks, right?
That's absolutely true. Some of the more experienced wrestlers, perhaps like those that have been to state a couple times, now they may have developed their own favorite things to do. But by and large, you can tell, like on their feet, they have their favorite moves and so on and so forth. And by the way, when we get up in the bigger weights, the waistlines get bigger.
Yeah, definitely so. These wrestlers weighed in before the match here today. And, of course, it's not like the old days of pulling weight and all the things the things we did to drop a few pounds on the bus ride to the various venues, including Jolly Ranchers was one of the favorite things. If you had to lose a pound, believe it or not, you could lose a pound just by getting Jolly Ranchers and spitting the whole bus trip.
Yep, coffee cans.
Yep, and then once you weigh in, doesn't matter after that point.
No.
And that's when you start drinking a lot of water.
Right.
And probably get some peanut butter in your diet one way or another. Takedown here for the Grizzlies. Oh, Marion, your phone closed on me there.
You know the code.
So again, they're keeping track for the scorebook here as far as team score between the JV with Sunnyside and with Wenatchee. They don't keep it on the scoreboard, so you're not going to see that on our graphics here. Again, Cano for Wenatchee and Gonzalez for Sunnyside as the first round comes to an end. And I'm sure they don't let them wear the sweatsuits like we used to back in the day.
No, thank goodness for that.
Well, yeah, that was pretty dangerous, actually.
Right, yeah.
The polyurethane sweatsuits.
Right.
That some wrestlers would even wear sweatpants, sweatshirts, would wear long underwear underneath, believe it or not, with towels draped around your neck, underneath that polyurethane sweat outfit,
right,
which typically was silver in color, that didn't breathe.
Right.
It just caused you to sweat like crazy.
Yeah, I had to bring the clothing out.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, in my infinite wisdom, my senior year, I tried to drop from, about 205 when we finished up the football season down to 178. I made it, but I had nothing left.
Right, exactly. Then when you drop that much weight, then you have no strength.
Yeah, it was awful.
Right. Okay, talking about tendencies, when the man is on top from Sunnyside, they use a very old-fashioned fundamental move all the time. They go for that half Nelson. And
very quickly, Gonzalez is able to get the pin here in the second round of our match at 220 pounds. Now we'll jump up to 285, and Marion did it again. Let's see here. No, I got that open. I just need to get to the screen again. I had Marion go down and get a picture of the PA announcer's sheet so we can have an idea of who these young men are out there. And now the 200 heavyweight match here on the JV side. Let's see. Aiden Nananto for Sunnyside. And it is Antonio Alcantara for Wenatchee. Okay, so we got that straight. Had some headgear come loose as the big fellas were knocking heads around, trying to gain an advantage.
Right.
Now the next question, Marion, is I don't see any girls' names here. They're going to have one girls' match after this. So if you could just go here, just take this and just ask him to write it down for you. Yep, yeah. The next girls' match. So sorry to do some paperwork while we're live on the air, but
it's kind of a special girls' match.
Yeah, we came in a little bit earlier than we thought. Now we had some headgear come off again. As well, you see a lot of times the big fella's trying to make a throw, and the Wenatchee wrestler might find himself in trouble here. And now they get squared away again, and if they release the grasp on one another, the official will probably stop it and get the headgear back on the Sunnyside wrestler, and that's exactly what happens.
I saw this dance on TikTok.
TikTok? You okay? They're going to try a different set of headgear here.
Right.
For Nananto. Hey, if I paid attention, his name's on the back of the uniform.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
Looks good. Looks good. Checking out our Facebook feed. We appreciate we've got some folks that are watching from Sunnyside tonight that didn't make the trip up. I don't blame you. That's quite a drive on a Thursday night. So we appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. This little break gives me a chance to get you and background. Thank you so much. That's awesome. So Marion gave us the name for the ladies that'll come up next after this heavyweight match. Your background goes to refereeing and coaching in Cedar Woolley, one of the kingpins of wrestling in the state of Washington. What year did that all start for you?
Well, let's see. I wrestled in high school at Cedar Woolley when Ken Driscoll was the coach, and the Burlington Edison coach was Bo Campbell.
Right.
And they were two of the foundations for getting wrestling started in the high schools in the state of Washington.
That's incredible.
And I was fortunate enough to be part and parcel of the early days, and then I coached at the junior high level. Man, we've got a dandy going here. Oh no!
Alcantara.
No. Saved by the bell.
Buzzer saved Alcantara for Wenatchee, as Nananto looked like he was going to be pinned, and then suddenly it changed quickly.
Right. Yeah.
So you were there back in the heyday when everything really got going.
Right. And this guy.
You graduated from Cedar Woolley in 1961.
Right. Then a guy by the name of Spud Wally took over for Ken Driscoll on his retirement, and he'd been the coach since the junior high had opened, and had 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and then I took his place when he went to the high school. We have a problem here.
Alcantara did it again to himself.
Yep.
He pulled Nananto on top of him.
Well, he tried to do a cradle, and it flopped.
Yeah, it did. And now he's going to have a reversal and near fall points coming against him here.
Right, yep.
As Nananto for Sunnyside leads it 8-2 according to the scoreboard.
Right.
As we're in the second period.
Here's your half Nelson.
Oh, yeah. Boy, they sure like that move. You certainly called that. And that's going to be it. And a pin and a win again for Sunnyside. Of course, for the Wenatchee fans, a good crowd on hand here tonight, by the way.
Right.
They're hoping this is not a harbinger of things to come for the varsity match, and I kind of doubt it. We've got a ladies match coming up here next. It's Chloe Burr for Wenatchee and Rebecca Pacheco for Sunnyside. Thank you, Marion, for the assist there on getting the names for me. Appreciate that. So you took over for Spud at the junior high.
Right.
Spud went up to the high school.
Right. So and started building, and he had massive turnouts in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade level. And in fact, I had over 100 kids turn out at a time. I think I topped out at 116 for counting all 3 grades. And meanwhile, Spud had all these kids turning out at the high school, and Cedar Woolley actually had their JVs were filled a complete team in the A League.
Wow.
Then, in other words, the third stringers were the JVs that wrestled every night before the varsity.
Wow.
So that takes a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And
Spud and how he ran practices really was an innovator.
Right.
Because you got all those kids, boy, you got to take advantage of the time you have.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
And it was just drills and drills and drills and
drills and drills, and that's what I had been accustomed to. So that's the way I did it, and Spud did it as well. And
now, did you officiate before you coached? Because Spud basically taught you how to ref, right?
Yes. And as soon as I took the job, Spud demanded that I become a referee because refereeing other teams, of course, I was a scout. So I would report to him. After Thursday night matches, I would meet him for breakfast in the morning at a cafe in Cedar Woolley and give him the report. And on what these teams like to do the best.
Now, and that's what we're just talking about with watching the junior varsity, about tendencies. And what they prefer to do and things like that.
What their favorite moves on their feet, their favorite pinning moves, etc., etc. So
again, this is Chloe Burr for Wenatchee in the purple singlets, and Rebecca Pacheco for Sunnyside. Close match here, 4-3. Pacheco on top, but trying to get the takedown here is Burr, and she will get the takedown.
Here we are.
And flip-flop on the lead, 5-4 now, but Burr on top. That's a good-looking match here, Dad.
Yeah, it is. it's good for these girls. I think they're pretty evenly matched, you know, for experience, and good for both of them.
Gotta watch locking the hands.
Don't.
Yep, no. That's going to go down as locking the hands, and that'll be a point awarded to Pacheco, and so that'll tie the matchup here at the end at 5-5 at the end of the first round.
Right, there we go.
And for those of you that are watching that are not familiar with wrestling, and maybe you watch a lot of the, you know, and I think that wrestling now is part of the feeding ground and the popularity of wrestling is because of the cage matches, the MMA, and things like that.
Perhaps.
Because there's a lot of MMA fighters now that were high school wrestlers.
That's very true, and college wrestlers. Yep, that's very true.
But we should mention that, so wrestling is 3 rounds, 2 minutes each, and it's the longest 6 minutes in your life.
That's the longest 6 minutes in the world. Now, college wrestling is different in this regard. You get points for riding time. In high school, you have to work for a pin. That's the basic difference.
Now
so you have to be in motion.
Stand up for Burr and a takedown, or just a reversal, I guess, is how they counted that.
Yeah.
7-5, she's on top now. Now we talk about the wrestler up and the wrestler down. Now, what Burr is doing, the Wenatchee wrestler, she's on top, so this would be considered riding time, and she's going to go for the pin here with a reverse half, and she may get it. Minute 30 to go here in the second round. She gets it. So a rare win for Wenatchee in the lower classification here tonight. As congratulations, Chloe Burr gets the pin in the second round. Now we're going to take a break and come back. We've got the varsity match coming up, but we also have a very special ceremony coming up as well. So we will take a 2-minute break and come back. You are watching wrestling tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
The NCWLIFE Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE Channel today.
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Welcome back once again here to Wenatchee High School as we get ready for senior night ceremony here on the NCWLIFE Channel. And we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer who is going to introduce the seniors here tonight before we do our Hall of Fame induction.
Walk out to the center of the mat accompanied with your parent, and then we'll have you all line up back there by the lit up WHS 23 sign when you're done. And remember, everybody give your parents a nice hug and kiss at the center of the mat.
So it's like...
First, I'd like to recognize Evan Smith. accompanied by his mother, Carol Smith. In the future, Evan plans on playing baseball in college, and he would like to thank his mother for always supporting him, no matter what. Rain Stevenson, please go to the center of the mat with Leanne and James Stevenson. He plans on going to college somewhere, or maybe getting a job in photography, and he would like to thank his parents for supporting him in all of his sports and everything he's done, and never giving up on him. Jesse Cano, please go to the center of the mat with Liliana Rodriguez. Jesse wants to be an electrician, and he would like to thank his mother for coming out and supporting him. Next, we'd like to recognize Elgin Negretti. He'll be accompanied by his mother, Veronica Negretti, and also Leo Mora. And he would like to recognize his father, Jose Negretti, in heaven. What are his plans after high school? He plans to enlist in the Army, and he thanks his parents for coming and supporting all of his sports. And now we'll recognize Cannon Sanders and his mother and father, Andy and Sunday Sanders. He plans on going to Wenatchee Valley College and maybe transferring to flight school after that. He loves his parents and is happy that they've always supported him in everything he does, and thanks them for encouraging him to start wrestling in middle school, where he met the greatest friends he's ever had. Bryant Witherington, please go to the center of the mat, along with your parents, David and Anna. He plans on attending community college for 2 years and then hopefully going to chiropractic or therapist school. He loves his mom and dad and thanks them for always being there. And he thanks his dad for encouraging him to wrestle.
Hey, Brian.
And he has a great sense of direction. Vinny Goforth, please go to the center of the mat with Iris and Mike. He plans on getting a job after high school, going into some trade. And he thanks his parents for raising him well and supporting him, and supporting his goals. And he will be forever grateful. And now let's have the whole family go out. Trenton Miller, Brian Miller, Danielle Miller, and his sister, Sienna. He plans on going to school, college, somewhere for at least a year, maybe transferring, but pursuing firefighting. He loves both his parents very much, and he's grateful for them for putting him into wrestling at such a young age and always supporting him. And next, we'd like to recognize Evan Berdan and his mom and dad, Holly and Jeff. And his sister, Olivia, happens to be with him, too. He's headed directly into the United States Marine Corps, where he aspires to wrestle if he can make the team. And he thanks his parents for supporting him through everything. And he loves you guys. and the Panthers. Those are our seniors, and now we have, let's give them all one big round of applause. And we're going to have one picture before you go. So everybody close in around the sign real quick. Like hustle right now. You got to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, as they pose for the photo, next up is going to be an induction ceremony real quick to one of the assistant coaches for Wenatchee. We'll take a quick break, come back. You're watching Big 9 Wrestling tonight. Well, not much wrestling so far, but we've got that coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Jim Beeson's announcing Dustin Fisher as an inductee into the Hall of Fame here.
And if any of the family wants to come down, I know his parents are here and his brothers here, anybody else, we are doing our Hall of Fame induction ceremony on February 11th, which is a home basketball game, but that's also region wrestling, so Dustin is not going to miss region wrestling to come to a Hall of Fame thing, so we're doing it tonight. It's probably more appropriate to be done at a wrestling match as opposed to a basketball game.
So Eli Juarez, former head coach, and Stan Ott, former head coach for Wenatchee out there.
Did I get it right? 1999, is that right? Man, he's younger than I am. During Dustin's career at Wenatchee High School, he was one of the main cogs of our wrestling program, both on and off the mats. He was twice selected as the team's most valuable wrestler, was a team captain his senior year, and is one of only 3 wrestlers in the history of Wenatchee High School to place in state 3 or more times. As a senior, Dustin set school records for most team points scored in a season with 204, and most pins in a season with 27, and those records are still currently on the record board if you read them out in the hallway. I think he also, according to Coach Ott, probably is the record holder for the use of most athletic medical supplies to bandage him up and get him through all of his matches. As a freshman in 1996, Dustin took second in districts and qualified for regionals. As a sophomore in 97, he took second in districts, second in regionals, and 4th in state. As a junior in 1998, he took second in districts, first in regionals, and second in state. As a senior in 99, he took first in districts, first in regionals, and 3rd in state. Dustin closed out his career at Wenatchee High School with an overall record of 121 and 22 with 69 pins. After high school, Dustin attended the University of Oregon, where he wrestled for the Ducks from 2000 to 2004, and he's currently finishing up his 19th year of coaching high school and middle school wrestling for the Wenatchee School District. And I can personally say I've been here, this is my 9th year, and the best thing about Dustin is just an all-around good guy, despite the guys he's lined up with out there. So, congratulations, Dustin, a well-deserved honor, and I'm glad I could be here to help present you.
Well, that's fantastic, and boy, I'll tell you, there's a guy that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame here for Wenatchee High School.
Oh, yeah.
121-22 is a varsity wrestler for Wenatchee High School.
That's incredible.
Finished third his senior year at the state tournament. Dustin Fisher added to the Hall of Fame. We've got the face-off. We've got the lineups. We'll have wrestling straight ahead here. Coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back once again here to Wenatchee High School, getting ready for Big Nine Wrestling tonight between the 4-0 Wenatchee Panthers and the 4-0 Sunnyside Grizzlies. The winner tonight probably going to win the District League Championship and head in as, a lot of confidence heading into the District, Regional, and MAT Classic not too far from now. Wenatchee comes in ranked 14th in the state, according to the Washington Wrestling Report. Sunnyside ranked number 1. Grizzlies have finished second in the MAT Classic the last 2 years in a row. Well, we didn't have one in 2021 because of COVID, but they were second to, guess who? Chiawana last year. They were second to, guess who? Chiawana in 2020. They were third in 2019 to, guess who? Chiawana. Chiawana right now ranks second behind Sunnyside, but it matters on the mat, not in the rankings. They only have one more match coming up after tonight, both teams. Well, Eastmont will be the host for Wenatchee next week. We'll have that here on the NCWLIFE Channel. And Sunnyside will wrestle at Davis. Now, you look at it on paper, both should win next week. It all comes down to tonight. As we mentioned, Sunnyside comes in with 8 of their 11 placers from last year's state second place finishing team back on the team this year. As far as the Washington Wrestling Report, they've got 15 wrestlers on their program that are ranked in the top 10 in the state. That says a lot about the program for Sunnyside.
It certainly does. It certainly does. But we expect a cat fight tonight, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The Panthers come in with, they had 3 placers at the state tournament last year. Wenatchee finished in, 15th last year at the state tournament. And that's their highest placing they've had in quite some while.
Right.
And Coach Adamy is trying to rebuild this program back. You saw Stan Opp out there about the last time that Wenatchee had good state finishes and were able to place well as a team was when Stan Opp had the program.
Right. Yep. That's what I understand.
Now, one thing that Wenatchee has had wrestlers go to state.
Right.
They've had quality wrestlers go to state, but it's only been like 2-3 guys. That's
right.
it. When it comes to, and you know about this, the state tournament, the more guys you have, the more points you can get, the better potential for you to win a state championship as a team.
It's a question of numbers.
Yeah.
It really is. And then those of on your team that lose in the first round, if they wrestle back and win in the next round, and then following round after that, they accumulate team points.
Yeah.
And that's where it's all at, team points.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of your younger wrestlers that maybe freshmen that have never been to the state tournament before, they get there, they might lose their first match, but they could get you more points as a team by coming through the losers bracket.
Right, exactly.
Well, as we mentioned, a good crowd on hand here tonight for this matchup between the Wenatchee Panthers, who have just taken the mat. We've got 14 matches straight ahead, and we will have the face-off. After Wenatchee warms up, it'll be the Panthers and the Grizzlies with your TC Slingers starting lineups coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary Seller's Assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Welcome back once again to Wenatchee High School. Ready for our anthem and ready for wrestling here on the NCWLIFE Channel as the Wenatchee Panthers host the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Finally getting ready for some wrestling after a lengthy JV bout earlier and a ceremony for the seniors, which, by the way, Wenatchee with 6 seniors in the lineup here tonight to face the Grizzlies in our 14 match weights. Wenatchee with 4 freshmen, 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 6 seniors in the lineup here for Coach Carlos Adamy. He's assisted by Dave Jagla, Dustin Fisher, and Luis Perez. Meanwhile, the Sunnyside Grizzlies come into this matchup with a lot of younger classmen as well. Freshmen in their first weight, 3 sophomores, then a senior, junior, sophomore, junior, senior, freshman. We've got an anthem here straight ahead, so we'll get that for you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. All right, we're ready for the face-off, and our starting lineups brought to you by TC Slingers. Let TC Slingers save you time, money, and labor with their conveyor applications. Call for your free estimate today at 509-885-2269. TC Slingers of Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. Rolling up the flag and getting ready for our face-off. And first up, it's the 106-pound match between Desmond Martinez, freshman for Sunnyside, and Ryder Whitley, a freshman for Wenatchee. At 113 pounds, it is a sophomore for the Grizzlies in Jaden Jaso. He'll be confronted by the freshman at 113 pounds for Wenatchee, Jackson Gleans. At 120 pounds, it's a sophomore, Stephen Maltos, on the mat for Sunnyside. Meanwhile, Carlos Adamy will send out D'Angelo Negretti, who is a sophomore. The 126-pound match here tonight will feature Brian Madrigal, who's a sophomore for Sunnyside. And it will be against a senior who is celebrating his senior night tonight, Cannon Sanders. The 132-pound matchup features a senior for Sunnyside, Riker Skilperud, that is. And for Wenatchee, a sophomore, Leo Salgado. The 138-pound match will feature junior Alex Fernandez III for Sunnyside. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Panthers, it's senior Bryant Witherington. This should be a great matchup coming up. The 145-pound bout features sophomore Chris Villanueva for Sunnyside, and it will be senior Elgin Negretti for Wenatchee. The 152-pound match is Octavio Ruiz, a junior for Sunnyside. He will face another senior for Wenatchee, Trenton Miller. The 160-pound match will feature senior John Rendon for Sunnyside, and he will go up against junior Joe Skyleman for the Wenatchee Panthers. Sunnyside 170-pound wrestler is Cale Campos. He's just a freshman. Meanwhile, he'll go up against another freshman, John Gutzweiler. That should be interesting in the higher weights. The 182-pound match is David Gutierrez, a senior for Sunnyside, against freshman Luke Flugie. The 195-pound match is sophomore Ignacio Valencia for Sunnyside. He'll go up against all-world senior Evan Burdan. The 220-pound match will feature junior Andres Graciano for Sunnyside. He'll go up against a junior for the Wenatchee Panthers in Jack Flugie. The 285-pound or heavyweight match tonight will feature junior Mateo Armendariz for Sunnyside, and he'll go up against senior Vincent Goforth, and that could be the determining factor of this match here tonight. And wouldn't that be exciting if it came right down to the big fellas? Again, our starting lineups in the face-off brought to you by TC Slingers. Our official for tonight's match is Brian Landis. He'll have the captains out on the mat to toss the coin and determine who gets first choice. And is that a big deal or not when you get this toss of the coin?
Well, I never really regard it as much, except it might be crucial if you've got really close matches like the first one.
So as a coach, what do you tell your team either before you come out to start the match? In a big match like this, you know, I go back to the Cedar Woolley Burlington days. What do you tell your team?
Well, you tell them, well, when you have your team meeting, it's just like we discussed earlier, and just like the coach said in his interview, the ones that apparently, looking at paper, which of course is meaningless, that are overmatched, the senior against the sophomore, for example, or that, then you stay off your back. You stay off your back. You wrestle smart, blah, 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 you know, and on and on. And every person on your team is a team. They have to do their best and have to give it their all. That's all. Leave it out there.
First match tonight at 106 pounds. Desmond Martinez for Sunnyside. Ryder Whitley for Wenatchee. And I don't think an advantage here because they're both freshmen.
Right. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel Facebook page, or if you're watching us on the replay here on the NCWLIFE Channel. And quickly diving in and getting the takedown is Martinez. We talked about watching the junior varsity matches at Sunnyside. Loves to work on their feet, very aggressive, and we see it right away.
Extremely aggressive, and they love the plain old-fashioned double leg.
Right. Now he's going for a reverse cradle is Martinez. Whitley on the bottom for Wenatchee. He's got a hold of that hand, and that's a good thing to keep in mind if he tries to hang on to that. Minute 27 to go here, first round, first match of the night at 106 pounds. Kind of interesting. They do a draw when they do the weigh-in on which weight will start first, and how it's very rare that they get the lowest weight to start first.
I was amazed when I saw that tonight.
In the old days, that's how it was. You started at 101 pounds back in the day.
Right.
And you just worked your way up from there. Now turning is Martinez, but Whitley does a good job of fighting to get back on his base here.
Right.
Oh, they're going to give a near fall for that.
I didn't see the count.
Wow. I didn't see a count either. So it's a 4-0 match in favor of Martinez for Sunnyside.
Oh, he's got his base now. He's working to get out of there.
Martinez has that leg covered, the right leg of Whitley.
Right.
But he is out to the side quite a bit.
I saw that earlier, though. They work up toward the front, and they keep working, and look for bars. And here we go.
Now he's over to the side. He's got the left leg trapped by his right leg. But a good job by Whitley to get his leg out of there.
Now see, there you
Now
are.
he'll turn away from the half Nelson attempt by Martinez.
Which we did not see take place with the JVs, by the way. They did not look away from the half.
Yeah, but good fundamentals for Whitley here, but he will trail it at the end of the first round 4-0 in our first match tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our coverage brought to you in part by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough, making it Abby's Pizza Night tonight. So Martinez will be up here in the second round to start. Whitley quickly tries to sit out and reach back, but a good job by Martinez to hold on to that elbow as he tried to sit out. Now breaking him down was Martinez. Whitley back to his base here. He's trying to bring that arm
looking for a hammer. Hammerlock.
And a good job by Whitley to keep out of it. And, you know, it might not look like there's a lot of activity for those that are not familiar with wrestling going on, but that bottom man right now, Whitley for Wenatchee, is working so hard just against someone that's your exact same size. It is exhausting.
Now he's working on the crossface. But, see, he got his base back.
Yeah, Whitley got his base back, so hard to tip from there. And Whitley's got the leg locked up of Martinez. Martinez reaches down and grabs a hold of the ankle and rips the leg around.
He's countering.
It's just one counter after another here. Crossface still. Now he's going to try to reverse it. Maybe go for the cradle here. But Whitley's doing a good job of hanging on to that leg.
Right.
Won't let go of it for dear life. Now trying to lift up and get the reversal. He's got the leg, but he doesn't have control.
No
Martinez
reversal yet.
Back to his feet. Got to watch himself here as Whitley needs to try to turn and face him.
Now, yeah, he's got a whizzer in, and now it's a strength match.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, boy.
And he gave it up. So no change of control here.
Nope.
Martinez controlled throughout with 23 seconds left in the round. Now, look out. Whitley's got a head. He's got a leg. He's going to go for the half. Will he get the reversal? 2 points. It's 4-2. 10 seconds left in the round.
Stay right there. Oh, no.
And then he gave up the reversal back the other way. Right at the end of the round, 6-2 the score. It's Desmond Martinez leading Ryder Whitley in our first match of the night. Ryder trying to get a win back in himself after that very difficult round of struggling. Now he'll be on top. So we'll see how good Ryder is and how much strength he's got left to try to hold the wrestler Martinez down to the mat. Martinez quickly turns, quickly gets a leg over the top of the Wenatchee wrestler and going for the reversal here. And look out, Whitley might find himself staring at the lights here pretty quick. A reversal and near fall points. Boy, Ryder Whitley was so close in this match just moments ago and now trails it 10-2. I think that's a matter of running out of gas.
A little bit, yeah. When they were in that stalemate position for so long, that really took a lot out of him.
Yep. Martinez trying to reach for the far ankle, but Whitley's got his hand tied up. Now Whitley, the tough part is here, the officials watching this to see if there's a move being made by one wrestler or the other. And he could call a stall. Martinez tips Whitley down to his stomach again.
Looking for that cradle now.
Under a minute to go.
Looking for that cradle.
He's got it, but look out! Look out! He might get the reverse and the pin himself. He does! Oh my gosh! Ryder Whitley with the upset at 106 pounds. He looks incredulously over at his bench.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh! Shows you just never know. 6-0 Wenatchee. Surprise, surprise,
Number
surprise.
one. Surprise number one.
Now sophomore versus freshman, Jaden Jasso for Sunnyside and Jackson Gleans for Wenatchee. Now, as a coach and as you watch your team go out there and wrestle, something like that happens. Can that permeate throughout the rest of your wrestlers?
Well, if you're a coach, you hope so. You certainly hope so. When it goes from a cradle to a pin of the opposite.
It looked like Whitley was going to lose that match and get pinned.
Right.
Instead, he shuffles himself around and finds himself on top and gets the pin. How about that? At a minute 8 of round number 3.
Counters a cradle and gets a pin. Wow.
Just never give up.
Nope.
Never give up. That old cartoon of the toad in the mouth of the crane, and he's got a chokehold on the neck of the crane. You just never, ever give up.
That's true.
So Gleans in the purple singlet for Wenatchee here. Jasso for Sunnyside. Jasso has got a leg, and he's got to watch the bending that knee and an odd ankle. Ouch. Yeah, he's going to give him the 2-point takedown. That was almost a dangerous hold. So a 2-point takedown for Jasso. Now we'll see how Gleans is on the bottom with a minute 4 to go in this first round.
Yep. Oh, yeah. See, every guy rides the same. Notice that?
Right. There's a lot of leg riding
and
going on. And they look for the bar.
Pin for the leg.
Either the hammer or the arm bar.
Either one, or both.
He's got it barred up on the left side.
Yep. Now he'll
look for the wrist. And look, got the wrist on the other side, but he gave it up and went to the shoulder. And now look out, as Gleans is in trouble here.
Look out, Gleans in trouble.
We got 26 seconds left here in the round. And an odd angle for Jasso. It's very difficult to pin from this position. Looking over towards his coaches and trying to lean back.
His team is coaching like mad.
3-point near fall, so a 5-0 lead here for Jaden Jasso. He's only a sophomore, but you can tell right away this is an experienced wrestler.
Right, exactly.
So down will be Gleans, the freshman for Wenatchee, with 5 seconds left here in round number 1.
I like Sunnyside's singlets. They have their name
with the name on the back. That's pretty handy.
Yeah, looks like football.
First round will come to an end as it's Jaden Jasso for Sunnyside leading Jackson Gleans for Wenatchee 5-0 here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic, Physical Therapy, Orthotics. If you need to keep moving, find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Second round begins. And a 2-point reversal here quickly for Jasso.
Right, that was a sit-out turn in extremely fast. Well done.
Keep your microphone up there, Dan. There you
go. Okay.
So Jasso in control here, leading at 7-0. But how big is that for Wenatchee? We'll see down the stretch here in this match. They're getting a pin, surprisingly, in the 106-pound classification. But as a coach, for Coach Adamy here, you don't want to see your second wrestler give that lead right back.
Nope. Oh, he's fighting.
Absolutely. Crowding. Reaching. You got to be careful when you reach, though, because that can go just like that. And right towards the back with a minute 8 left here in the round. That's a long time to try to stay off your back, and Jasso's got a good hold, and he is going to... It's all about legs right now for Jackson Gleans.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to keep himself alive, but he will not. A minute 10 into round number 2.
Giving the Grizzlies 16 points.
So it's now tied 6-6. As we'll head to 120 pounds, sophomore Stefan Maltos for Sunnyside and sophomore D'Angelo Negretti for Wenatchee. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Clean Connection. Call Clean Connection to keep your carpet, upholstery, and air ducts clean for a healthier environment inside your home. Locally owned. Find them at yourcleanconnection.com.
These two wrestlers look like brothers.
Yeah, they look, just almost mirror images of one another. We're at 120 pounds. First match went to Wenatchee by pin. Second match went to Sunnyside by pin. So we're all tied at 6.
Here we go.
Hand fighting going on here.
And two sophomores.
As Maltos reached out and looked. He's got the little longer wingspan than does the Wenatchee wrestler.
Oh, it went for the throw.
And he's going to give him a 2-point takedown and looking for near fall points quickly. Impressive move there by Maltos. And they're going to give him a 2-point near fall. Boy, those counts are awfully quick. I'm not even seeing the referee make the motion for a count. Now looking for a possible far side cradle. Here is Stefan Maltos. We're talking about the wrestlers for Sunnyside and their rankings in the states. Maltos is not one of those who has received any state rankings so far, according to the Washington Wrestling Report.
Right.
So Maltos on top here, leading it 4-0 over D'Angelo Negretti, the sophomore for Wenatchee. Third of our 14 matches here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. Along with my dad, Dave Granstrom, I'm Eric Granstrom with your play-by-play here tonight.
Oh, there we go. Another bar.
He's got it barred up. And it's going to get near fall points. I don't know if he's in the position to pin him yet. It looks like Negretti's got a pretty good arch. Well, you talk the importance of having a strong neck when it comes to wrestling as well.
Right, absolutely.
3-point near fall is going to make it a 7-0 match with 8 seconds left here in the first period.
If for no other reason, for self-protection.
Yeah, exactly. And no near fall points that time.
No, none.
Again, our official tonight is Brian Landis. And the Sunnyside wrestler, obviously, he thinks he's pretty good on his feet because he throws neutral rather than being up or down.
Yeah, and he
reaches out, grabs the ankle, maybe going to try to do the elevator here. Oh, no, he reaches out, trips him down, and another 2-point takedown for Maltos here, leads it 9-0. Impressive skills here for the sophomore from Sunnyside. Boy, immediately they're looking for an arm to bar, aren't they?
Right, yep.
That is pervasive through the JV matches and here in the varsity so far.
Right. Yeah, this wrestler likes to looks to the bar all the time, and some of the others look for nothing but a half Nelson all the time.
Right. Well, you got long limbs like Maltos here.
Right.
It's a little easier to get that bar in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, your elbows in Douglas County and your hands in Chelan County. The reach he's got.
Absolutely.
He's got it barred up, but a good job by Negretti to reach up and try to break his own arm out of there. Got to watch the chicken wing here. Nope, he got him tipped. And now looking for more near fall points. I don't know if he got enough there for 2. Well, the official has 2 fingers held right now. He still has the same hold, though.
You're right, so he isn't going to reward him yet.
Up to his feet is Negretti. 35 seconds left in the round. Negretti trying to stay alive here as he'll be pulled with his back towards the mat again, but he's out of bounds.
Right, can't score there.
Can't score there. So far it's still just a 2-point near fall. And the option here for Maltos. Again,
there we go. Fight the hand. Fight the hand. There
to
we
his
are.
feet and a 1-point escape. So the first point here for Negretti, it's 9-1 now with 8 seconds left in the round. So Negretti just needs to try to keep on his feet here. And he does. And so we'll head to the third round. It will be Negretti's choice here. He hasn't been able to ride on top yet.
Wenatchee's choice.
So Negretti's going to choose both wrestlers up. How about that? And we're going to get a discussion here for, he's asking, coach is asking about near fall points.
Right.
If it should be 2 and then 3, but it was the same hold. So tell us how that works, Dad.
Or it should be, well, he only got 2, but that's all that there were. Now they're indicating, the coaches are arguing that he changed holds.
But and that's the thing. So if you have the same hold in and you get near fall points, and then the wrestler rolls over, but you still have that same, for example, this was an arm barred.
Right.
You don't change that, so you didn't go to a Nelson or something like that. You have that same arm barred, unless you let that go and reestablish. Maybe you could do the same hold again, but you have to let it go and then get it back.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yep, it has to be either a different hold or reestablish.
So 11-1 to score, and Negretti trying to do what he can on his feet here as he chose both wrestlers up. Going down to the mat and trying to stay away from the much longer limbed Maltos, reaching for a heel again. Maltos looked like he was trying for the wizard there. Now Negretti backing out again, and Negretti staying down on a knee. So it's kind of, well, cover your lower limbs, right? Don't give them to him. But gain position here and advantage to Maltos. Another 2 points at a takedown. He leads it 13-1.
Now he's wrestling to not give up the big win.
So you got a decision, you got a major decision or pin. Pin is worth 6 points.
Right.
Well, you can win
a major win.
Major win. Negretti back to his feet again.
There we go.
Hang on. And they're out of bounds, and so the official will stop the clock. Well, there are 35 seconds left here in the third. Negretti just trying to not give up any more points here.
Right, absolutely.
Shoelace came untied, so he tucks it back in the tongue of his wrestling shoe. And back quick to his feet is Negretti. And he is out. 1 point escape. 13-2 the score. Negretti again down to a knee, trying to protect his legs against the very quick and very long-limbed Maltos. And how about that? Negretti got a takedown.
See, never quit, never give up.
13-4 is the score. 9 seconds left in the match, and just not giving up a major decision would be a win, basically, for Wenatchee.
There we are. That's what I was talking about earlier.
And that'll be it. It's a 13-4 decision for Stefan Maltos. That will put Sunnyside in the lead here for the first time tonight. They've got 4 team points rather than 5. And if you're a coach, you take that, right?
Darn right.
So it's a 10-6 match now. Sunnyside up by 4, and we'll go to 126 pounds Brian Madrigal, a sophomore for Sunnyside, and Cannon Sanders, the senior for Wenatchee.
Now here's a height advantage for the Wenatchee boy.
Madrigal is ranked 8th in the state by the Washington Wrestling Report at 126 pounds. Shot by Madrigal. Good counter for Sanders. Sanders with the head fake and then the shoot. But a good job by Madrigal. It looked like he was going for the fireman there.
He was.
Got a leg. Good counter by Madrigal. They're towards the out-of-bounds circle. And, oh, boy, that's close. That's close. Look out. Look out. Madrigal has a leg. Sanders can't give up that arm. He does. They go out of bounds and no advantage given.
Both up.
This is an interesting matchup where you have a much shorter wrestler in the Sunnyside wrestler Madrigal and a much taller Cannon Sanders, senior for the Panthers.
When you look at them, it's hard to believe they're the same weight, huh?
Yeah. Just shows you the difference in body types.
Right.
Both 126 pounds. Now they're wrestling at 126 pounds. Madrigal will be given the takedown here, but quickly Sanders to his feet and then taken down by Madrigal. Now they're wrestling at 126 pounds, but that doesn't mean they weigh 126 pounds.
No, when they weighed in, they weighed 126 pounds.
Or under.
Under.
It depends on where,
That's true.
I mean, you could have a 122 pounder that goes up to 126 just based on your matchups.
Yep, that's very, very true.
So Madrigal on the top here. He leads at 2-0 with 25 seconds left in the first round. Sanders trying to stand up. He spun, but no points given. Just a roll according to the official. 13 seconds in the round. You see some of that freestyle influence with the turns, don't you?
Sure.
A lot of the leg rides and that turn to try to get exposure time, which you do in freestyle wrestling.
Sure, right, exactly. Now, seeing freestyle, that would have been a point.
Right. And that'll be the end of round number 1 with Brian Madrigal leading it for Sunnyside, 2-0. Good match here.
It's a good match, good wrestling.
At 126 pounds. Whistle sounds, both wrestlers up again. It's been interesting to see if this continues through the night, Dad.
Yeah, right. A lot of these guys are taking both up.
Oh, look out, look out. Watch your weight. They're going to give a 2-point takedown to Sanders and a pin. 16 seconds into the second round.
There was an example of an aggressive takedown that backfired. He countered with a throw.
That was all about, it countered. That's basically all it was.
He almost baited him to come in, and then and threw him.
So here we go to 132 pounds. Riker Skilperut for Sunnyside, who quickly takes down Leo Salgado for Wenatchee. You've got Skilperut, the senior, and Salgado, a sophomore for Wenatchee. 2-0 quickly. It's Skilperut on top. Skilperut ranks 6th in the state at 132 pounds. And he will turn Salgado. Now he's looking for the half Nelson here, and we've got timeout taken by the official. Somebody's got blood.
Oh, bloody nose.
Okay, we've got a time clock that will run here. And for every match for injury time, blood time, it's injury time, you have only so many minutes during a match where you can have injury time out.
Absolutely. And, of course, they'll take them over there and clean both people up with alcohol rubs and so forth.
And for Skilperut, that could have happened. He may have done that to himself with that aggressive move to take him down.
Well, sure. He might have hit his nose on the fellow's knee or elbow or anything.
Again, it's Riker Skilperut for Sunnyside and Leo Salgado for Wenatchee. Our broadcast tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by Coldwell Banker Cascade, encouraging you to leave your mark. Coldwell Banker Cascade is guiding you home in North Central Washington. Also by Confluence Health, high-quality care close to home. Confluence Health dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. So they keep this time separately. As you see it wind down here. 4 minutes left on the injury clock.
And back in the day, talking about Spud Wally, when a wrestler would come off with a bloody nose, he'd stuff the nose full of cotton and tell the wrestler it's too far from your heart to kill you.
And nowadays, though, we got to be real careful about blood. But that's been the case for 30 years. They've been worried about blood and making sure that they keep a sterile existence. Here's a move by Skilperut, and a counter by Salgado.
Salgado's putting up a good struggle here.
Under a minute to go here in round 1.
We got a leg ride going.
Oh, look out, look out. Oh. Took himself right to his back, and Skilperut's going to get the pin. A minute 11 into round number 1. Sometimes you think you got to move, and it turns out he was waiting for you to reach and do that.
Exactly. That's exactly what he was looking for.
So back and forth we go in our match here tonight. Sunnyside now on top 16-12 as we'll head to 138 pounds. It'll be junior Alex Fernandez III for Sunnyside against Bryant Witherington, the senior for Wenatchee.
We got a little bit of delay here. We got
blood on the mat still.
Yeah, a little blood on the mat.
Our broadcast brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality, installation, service, and repair. Fernandez, Witherington, and Fernandez will get the takedown.
Single leg.
Seems to be very popular.
Right, that's 2 in a row.
Yep. And the wrestlers will go out of bounds, so a whistle will sound, and they'll head back to the center of the mats with Witherington on the bottom. He'll need to turn around and face the official.
Yep.
And for the first time, I see a wrestler in the down position put his feet flat.
Right.
Spud Wally would have a conniption fit if you had any gap between the top of your foot and your ankle and the mat.
Right.
Because that's just giving away your foot when he reaches down for a leg. Now a bar.
See, here we go again.
And here we go again. Looking for the tip is Fernandez.
Straight muscle move.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's making it work.
Alex Fernandez for Sunnyside. Bryant Witherington wrestling his last match at home, by the way, as a senior for Wenatchee. Next week they'll be at Eastmont, and then it's time for the district tournament at Davis.
Well, now he reestablished his base and counted himself out of there. So
2-0 still the score. Just under a minute to go here in round number 1.
Is this Sunnyside wrestler ranked too?
No, I don't have him on the rankings.
Oh, look at there.
And look at that. Witherington almost got the reversal.
Well, if he works at it, he'll get it. He's got 30 seconds.
Got to do the crossface here, and now crowding, and a good job by Fernandez to crowd the wrestler and try to maintain control. They're going to give near fall points for that move right there. 2 near fall, so it's 4-0 for Fernandez. Got to watch the knee on this particular move.
Oh, yeah.
Got the leg kind of barred up in an interesting move. I haven't seen that before.
I haven't seen that for 100 years. Gave up on that.
Well, what we mean when we say watch out for that is the official has to watch out for a dangerous move. And we got a caution, a warning against, I think, the Wenatchee wrestler.
Right, yeah.
Because Witherington moved a little bit early before Fernandez was able to take the upper position. Now we're going to get another caution against Wenatchee. And that should be a point, shouldn't it? If it's a second caution, or you get 2 cautions, then it's a point.
Yeah.
Witherington waits to see what Fernandez is going to do with 5 seconds left in the round. Both wrestlers would just love to have nothing happen here.
Yeah.
And that will be the end of the first round. Again, our team score is Sunnyside leading at 16-12. We've had 1 decision and 4 pins.
Wenatchee wrestler deferred, and once again, Sunnyside took up.
Wow. This time it's Fernandez that drops down to a knee, and they almost collide head-to-head there, and now a throw attempt and a 2-point takedown by Fernandez of Witherington. Fernandez looking for a far side cradle. Now he's going to bring him, tip him near side, but they're out of bounds. Can't get any points with the wrestler's shoulders out of bounds.
No, he's got that leg in there, see, just like the last wrestler.
And Witherington will get back to his base. He still gave him near fall points even though they're out of bounds.
I don't understand that.
The wrestlers go out of bounds now. If I was Carlos Adamy, I'd be over asking about how you can give points away when the wrestler's shoulders are both out of bounds.
I don't understand that.
Unless I couldn't see it.
Well, maybe is that some kind of a new ruling this year?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Fernandez leads it now 9-0 thanks to that 2-point takedown and the 3-point near fall. So Witherington with some work to do here as he trails it in the second round with the half of the second round elapsed. Again, it is Fernandez on top, trying to get some tip time here and get some more near fall points against Witherington. He's a little high, though. Witherington broken down to his trying to get back up to his base here. And Fernandez, both legs shot in and tying up the legs of the bottom wrestler. So it's pretty hard to do anything when you're trapped like that.
Right. Well,
and he's got an arm barred. When he has that arm barred, you got to watch the fist of that barred, that arm you're using for the bar, and make sure it doesn't go towards the head.
Right.
We call that a chicken wing.
It's got to be. It has to be 90 degrees.
Now he's got his leg around his head, trying to use his leg to help with kind of a Nelson there to hold the head.
But he can't.
He's going to get more near-fall points here. 5 seconds left of the round. Witherington's trying to stay alive, gasping for air right now. Oh, saved by the bell. Fernandez thought he had him pinned. It's a 12-0 lead here for Fernandez. So Brian Witherington spent a lot of energy there in that second round.
Right.
Now he's going to choose up. We'll see how he does here, wrestling from the top. Wrestlers ready, whistle sounds. Underway for the third round. Up to his feet is Fernandez, trying to break the hands, and now breaking him back down to the mat is Witherington. Now trying to go for the near side cradle.
Near side cradle, but failed.
Now trying to get his head down.
Well, he's
got the legs.
Well, he knows he has to turn him if he has a chance.
Absolutely. So, and like you said, never give up.
Never give up.
Because while you've been fighting the wrestler on top who's had the advantage here, and Fernandez, he's been spending a lot of energy too.
You're darn right he has.
Now it's about conditioning. 12-0 our score. Alex Fernandez, the third of Sunnyside in this 138-pound match, is on top. Brian Witherington trying to get some points here. Anything. Again, to his feet is Fernandez. Locking the hands is Witherington. You got to be careful when you pull him back down. Don't pull him on top of you. Witherington lost his balance and now loses control, and the two-point reversal, 14-0. And now Fernandez turns him loose and wants to take it down.
Well, sure. If he gets his 15 points, he's got it.
Witherington, what he's going to maybe try to do here is for a throw, because he's trailing at 14-1. Shot by Fernandez. He got in deep. He got the hips, and he got the two-point takedown. It's 16-1.
That's it.
And that's it. 15-point, and now a push from behind here as they do shake hands. That was uncalled for. Fernandez with the win.
Oh, the referee's
unsportsmanlike.
Giving a team point.
Okay, team point for whom? I didn't hear.
I don't know.
So the decision goes to Fernandez.
Right.
Meanwhile, so they give 6 points to Sunnyside. So they got 5 points for the win and another point for unsportsmanlike conduct against Wenatchee. No, I'm sorry. No, they take a point away. There you go. So Wenatchee lost a point there with unsportsmanlike conduct. So that goes basically as I'm trying to think of the term right now. When you win by 15 points.
Well,
it's more than a major decision.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Basically TKO.
Right. Oh, look at her.
And now a takedown quickly by Chris Villanueva, sophomore for Sunnyside. Elgin Negretti out there, the senior for Wenatchee. 2-1 quickly, as this is 145 pounds. Another takedown by Villanueva. He may just let him go again. And now pushes him clear off the mat. Come on. So now we've got 1 point given up here by Sunnyside. And now Coach wants to talk to our official, Brian Landis. So this is a carryover from the last match.
Right.
And we're getting a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah, a little chippy, to use a football term.
Yes. Negretti for Wenatchee, Villanueva for Sunnyside. Coach Jason Moyer came over to have a word with our official, Brian Landis. So now both wrestlers on their feet again, and again a 2-point takedown here for Villanueva. 6-3 the score with 1:25. A lot of action here in this first period of this 145-pound match. Villanueva had the half Nelson in, but then Negretti was able to stay away from it, but now turned towards his back, giving up near fall points as Negretti. And a 3-point near fall given to Villanueva. Now he's got the arm barred up, not very well though. And now he'll go from the bar to the half Nelson. And Negretti trying to fight against it, but turned right into the lap of, and the pin going to be given here a minute 13 seconds into the first round. So 27-11 is our score now. Advantage Sunnyside. That brings us to 152 pounds with Octavio Ruiz, the junior for Sunnyside, Trenton Miller, the senior for Wenatchee. Miller ranked 5th in the state at 152 pounds.
Got some speed here.
Yeah, Trenton Miller looking to use that arm to drag him by and get an advantage. Not quite a whizzer.
No, not quite an arm bar.
Now he got the shot in deep. Got both legs tied up. Trying to hang on as Ruiz here. Miller trying to get the hips covered. Ruiz has got his head pinched between his legs.
Well, he can't cross his feet there.
Yeah, that's
illegal.
Illegal hold, basically. Now Miller trying to crowd. Get his hands, and he's got a 2-point takedown. As you hear the Wenatchee fans roar their approval here at a great crowd.
Miller
tonight.
went for a 3/4 Nelson, 3/4. Oh, wow.
Haven't seen that in a while.
No, I haven't seen that.
Miller, one of 6 seniors tonight, celebrating senior night here for the Wenatchee Panthers. Trying to bar up that near side get the hammer lock.
He's going for a hammer lock.
Yep. Wouldn't get it from Ruiz.
But he's keeping him broken down.
Boy, he is. Doing a good job covering the hips is Trenton Miller for the Wenatchee Panthers. Leads at 1-0. Oh, he almost got that arm. As he reached up, now he's got to watch out so he doesn't lose control. And now a crowding situation as the reversal is gained and a 2-point reversal given here to Ruiz. And a 1-point escape for Miller. It's 3-2.
Here we go.
5 seconds left in the round.
We have a wrestling match here. Boy.
And that'll be the end of round number 1. And yeah, this is going to be interesting for the rest of it.
Couple long, lean boys here.
Trenton Miller will take down here for Wenatchee, his choice. Octavio Ruiz on top. And a caution going to be given to Ruiz. Didn't have his hand above the elbow.
Yeah, well, he had it too high.
It's called the referee's position, and the referee's not going to let you go until he's happy with your position.
Yeah.
Underway second round here. And a 3-2 match, make it 4-2 match as Miller gets the escape. Trenton Miller. Shot by Miller, got in deep again. Now he's got the leg tied up. Now he has to crowd and get his head out of there, as his head is pinched between the thighs of Ruiz. Now he crowds the hips and a 2-point takedown.
Right, here we go again.
Ruiz comes back up to his base. Miller a little bit high, and now he'll throw him back down to the mats and goes for the half Nelson. He's got 1:05 left in the round, and Ruiz does a good job of countering, reaching up and pulling that finger off of his head.
Here we go.
Now, three-quarter Nelson, using just pure strength to try to drive that head into the mat and get his neck turned. Instead, he's going to do it a different way. As he didn't get the head, Ruiz gave him the body. And now reverse it. Trent Miller looking for some team points here. Got to watch his balance. And he gets the pin. 1:15 into the second round. The pin by Trenton Miller pulls Wenatchee within 9 points at 27-18. Oh, excuse me, it's 17. There we go. 10 points. 27-17. Forgot about the point that was taken away. So here we go to 160 pounds. It's John Rendon, the senior, against Joe Skyleman, the junior. John Rendon ranked 4th in the state at 160 pounds. Skyleman unranked, according to the Washington Wrestling Report. Rendon, looking for a throw here possibly. Good job by Wenatchee Skyleman to get himself out of that position. Again, 160 pounds.
Once again, two long, lean wrestlers.
Yep. Skyleman has the head and now reaching for the leg. This is sheer strength here.
Yep.
Sheer strength.
Here's your standoff again.
And you got to watch your balance if you're Skyleman, because you could be taken to your back right there, and he is.
Yep.
Now he's got to try to stay alive and realize that he's right near the out-of-bounds circle.
Get out of bounds.
1:01 to go. Long way for Skyleman to try to stay alive here. He's got a great arch going as Rendon looking for the pin. Rendon a little bit off balance with 45 seconds. Skyleman trying to reach out of bounds. I think his shoulders might be out of bounds right now. No, it's close. He's still inbounds. So 3-point near fall at least here for Rendon. He's got the 2-point takedown. And now Skyleman trying to do all he can to keep that shoulder, the second shoulder, from being on the mat. Now rolls back the other way with 19 seconds. And you lose so much energy right here.
Wow, I'll tell you what.
14 seconds left. Can he do it? The Wenatchee fans trying to will him.
He does it.
And he does it. Wow. Now all he's trying to do is get some air in his lungs while he's on the bottom of the mat.
That's absolutely true. Wow.
5-0 the score with Rendon on top. As Skyleman, well, he was reaching and just got himself in trouble.
Right, exactly. When both wrestlers had an opportunity for a move there.
Yep.
And the Sunnyside wrestler won on that one. Now we'll see what happens here.
Now you got to be careful if Rendon lifts his hands.
Oh, there we go.
And he's got the leg in. He's got the arm. Rendon trying to roll around and get the reversal. Now for Wenatchee, Skyleman's got to hang on to that arm.
He's got it figure forward.
Meaning the leg, he's got it figured forward.
Right.
With the ankle crossed over the knee. Now Rendon is trying to... No advantage yet. No advantage gained or lost by Skyleman. Now he gave up, though.
No, now he maintains.
They go out of bounds, and that will be still
in control.
Yep. Skyleman on top, still in control. 1:16 to go here in the second round. Well, that shows the strength of Rendon on top, or Rendon on bottom there.
Right,
too.
it sure does.
Rendon up to his feet. The trip attempt by Skyleman, the turn by Rendon.
Right. And now, here we go again.
Yeah, and the same kind of thing here. Rendon reaching down between the legs of Skyleman, trying to get the advantage. Skyleman still has the leg with his leg and his arm, and a stalemate
there we
going to
go.
be called.
That's a good call by the referee.
Yep.
That's a good call.
Stalemate is where neither wrestler can do much from where they are.
Right. They can't.
And it's just a draw.
Yeah, it is.
Let's start over.
That's what it is. It's a draw. Let's try it again.
Under a minute to go.
He went to the left-hand ride there.
Back up to his waist, or back up to his feet. Skyleman following. Skyleman reaching between the legs, and now the turn. No advantage given. Now an escape by Rendon. Skyleman looked briefly over at his coaching staff for some advice on what to do with this big fella here at 160 pounds. Skyleman drops down, has a single leg. Now Rendon with the counter. He'll try to pick the head and then pick the foot at the same time, and then crowd around and try to get his waist over the top of Skyleman's waist. Skyleman, though, holding on to that single leg.
There they are. They're going to be in the same position again.
Yeah, they're going to be maybe a stalemate again.
Yep,
Got to watch the knee. Got to watch the knee of Skyleman. Yep.
There we are, stalemate.
With 3 seconds left here in the second round. 6-0 the score, with John Rendon on top of Joe Skyleman. Both wrestlers on their feet. A quick single leg attempt by Skyleman, and that's going to be the end of the second round. 160-pound match, Joe Skyleman and John Rendon. Our broadcast brought to you by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars that are specialty pickup and drop off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Skyleman down, Rendon up.
Here we go.
Start
Third
the
round. Third round.
Final 2 minutes of this one.
And both wrestlers, I think, are a little bit tired from the effort that they've been putting in.
Rendon again locks up the left leg of Skyleman with his own legs.
Right.
Skyleman does a good job of hand fighting underneath. He's holding on to Rendon's arm right now by his wrist. Now let it go. Now a crossface by Rendon, trying to use his legs to gain the advantage and tip his hips so then he can tip his back.
Right, that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to wrench that leg out. He's liable to call a stalemate again here if nothing happens.
And again, a lot of the leg rides that we're seeing here, that's more of a freestyle type of wrestling.
Right.
Skyleman's got his headgear down around his eyeballs. So if there's no advantage,
don't reach back
like that. He'll totally tip you over.
Boy. Jeez.
Skyleman is, can't give up that arm either. 50 seconds here in the match. And if I'm the official, I'm going to call a stalemate here.
Yeah, he did.
He will.
Good timing. Good timing.
As he calls a stalemate, gives me a chance to remind you our coverage brought to you by Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Good match here tonight. 26-17. Sunnyside on top. And Joe Skyleman right now doesn't look like he's got much left in the tank. He's got 44 seconds to try to.
He's favoring that knee that he's got the brace on too.
Yep. And that's the one that Rendon continues to work.
Right. Absolutely.
It's strength. Look at the strength here by Skyleman.
Yeah.
Both wrestlers. They're very evenly matched here.
Yes, they are.
And again, watch the legs. And
outside of the one move, this would be a 1-0
Oh, absolutely.
match.
Just one mistake. That's all it was.
And here goes maybe another one by somebody.
Nope. And watch the reach back by Skyleman. Watch out. Watch out. Got to keep that leg. Oh, my.
He might.
He might get it. He might get it. If Rendon doesn't get a counter here. That's the end of the match. And what a match it was. A decision by John Rendon over Joe Skyleman, 6-0. The win. A couple more team points for Sunnyside. That makes it 29-17. And now we'll go to 170 pounds. It's a freshman against a freshman. This should be interesting. Cale Campos for Sunnyside. John Gutzweiler for Wenatchee. Campos, only a freshman, ranked 6th in the state for Sunnyside. Now here's where you get your differing body styles.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
At 170 pounds. You've got a very muscly, lean Gutzweiler in Wenatchee wrestler.
Right.
And Campos, little extra tonnage there, but boy, he's aggressive and gets a 2-point takedown.
And he'll probably, his style of wrestling.
Gutzweiler right to his feet and gets the escape. Now Gutzweiler, the head bob, has the arm. But Campos, look out. Gutzweiler tried to throw and found himself on his back. 2-point takedown and now an escape. 2-point near fall and a 1-point escape. So it's 6-2 now. Advantage to Campos. Again, Gutzweiler, it was Campos trying to throw him. And in the process, Gutzweiler ducked the head and arm, but then found himself on the bottom again and gives up the 2-point takedown. So it's 8-2. A lot of activity here at 170 pounds.
All in 1 minute. Absolutely.
Cale Campos, the freshman for Sunnyside. Good-looking wrestler. John Gutzweiler for Wenatchee, also a freshman. Tossed to the mats as Gutzweiler got to his feet. Now Gutzweiler back to his feet again, trying to hand fight and break that lock of the hands between his legs. And a turn and a 1-point escape for Gutzweiler. 40 seconds left in the round. Gutzweiler. Let's see what they try to do this time. Campbell's been looking for the throws. Gutzweiler just hasn't had the counter to it at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Gutzweiler trying for the single leg, trying for the fireman, tucks it to the back. Campos is pinned.
Oh, he's hurt.
Yep, he's hurt. Looking at his knee. Ouch. And so they're going to tend to the wrestler as his right knee when Gutzweiler tried the fireman's. And now we got some conversations happening behind the bench, and Adamy is talking to one of the assistant coaches here for Sunnyside. Gutzweiler, meanwhile, has won this match by pin, I believe.
Oh, yeah. He has to stay on the mat, though, too.
That happened with very little time left in that first round, by the way.
Well, when he abandoned that fireman, and it was just like he lost his balance, Campbell.
Yeah. And then when he did so, tried to regain his positioning, his balance, and then the left knee just completely gave out.
I think it buckled.
Or right knee, I think.
Yeah, I think it's his right. Just buckled.
So they're taking care of our wrestler on the mat right now.
Right,
and that's the concern overall. Everything else can be put on hold for the time being.
Absolutely.
As the Wenatchee staff is out there to make sure that there's no serious damage.
Right there, yep. They're checking it.
Coach is out on the mat as well, and you hate to see this.
Oh, you always hate to see any injury for any.
And that's why when I interview the coaches, the last thing I tell them is hope everybody stays safe.
Exactly.
That's the big thing.
That's absolutely the truth.
So while you tend to the wrestler on the mat, we're going to take a quick break here on the NCWLIFE Channel and come back. It is a win by pin for John Skyleman as we have 4 matches to go, and we have a 6-point match. 29-23, Sunnyside by 6. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Rios was helped off the mat, and they're tending to him on the sideline for Sunnyside. Meanwhile, we go to 182 pounds. David Gutierrez, a senior for Sunnyside. Luke Flugie, a freshman for Wenatchee. So advantage you would think would be to the Sunnyside wrestler. Let's watch here on the NCWLIFE Channel. A shot in deep by Gutierrez. 182-pound match. Just a freshman out there. Luke Flugie, one of 2 Flugies to wrestle here on the varsity for the Wenatchee Panthers. Tight match, 6 points differential, and a 2-point takedown here for Gutierrez. David Gutierrez, and now Flugie got back to his feet, but Gutierrez captures him, takes him back down to the mat. And we're going to get the wrestlers out of bounds. So we'll head back to the center of the mat with Flugie taking the down position.
Well, once again, we have that the 2 different types of builds. We have a tall, rangy guy and a more compact wrestler, and we'll see how the styles are.
Flugie trying to get his legs free. Right. We're going to get a locking hands against the Sunnyside wrestler on the mat and a 1-point escape. So that makes it a 2-2 match. Should be. Yes, it's a 2-2 match, and now getting the takedown again was Gutierrez. Very similar to how he took him down the first time.
Right, absolutely.
4-2 Gutierrez with 50 seconds to go here in the first period. Both wrestlers awfully close to being out of bounds. Whistle will sound probably could do it right now.
They're out.
Yeah, finally we get the whistle with 35 seconds left here in the first. It's David Gutierrez, a senior for Sunnyside. Luke Flugie, the freshman for Wenatchee.
I'll tell you this.
Well put together freshman.
I would say so. He was probably shaving in the 3rd grade.
Flugie broken down again here by Gutierrez. And I don't have Gutierrez on the state rankings for 182 pounds. Now getting a quick turn, but no points given, I don't think, although I've been surprised by some of the points given on near falls today.
Well, once again, when you were talking about weights, I have a hard time believing either one of these guys weighs 182 pounds.
Well, and that's just it. We talked about that. You can be under your weight classification. You can wrestle 1 up, right?
One up, that's all.
And that'll be the end of the first round. 4-2 the score, with Gutierrez leading Luke Flugie. So that means you can be in the 182-pound classification. You can be 170 pounds and wrestle at 182.
Right.
And now a caution given to the Wenatchee wrestler. There's a kind of a freshman move there, not making sure your foot is on the line. Out there in the center of the mat.
Another
shot by Gutierrez. Gets in deep, and now it's up to Flugie to counter that. And the freshman right now, just that'd be something I'd go to the film and say, okay, coach, here's what we need to work on.
Yep,
you betcha. Counter to a single leg.
Right. Oh, get your base, get your base.
Yeah, the wrestler for Sunnyside's out a little high here, trying to do a crossface.
Right.
And that's tough. You got a shorter wrestler than you do the one on the bottom that you're trying to crossface. That means you're going to get out of bounds.
Right.
He's trying to bar the arm up now with 1:19 left in the second.
Well, Flugie's got to get his base. Get up.
Flugie edging towards out of bounds again.
Right. Don't let him work on you.
Now looking for the far side cradle was Gutierrez.
Yep. Looking for something. He's going to have to get a base or he's going to get called for a stall.
Yeah. And sometimes that's as easy as doing some hand fighting underneath.
Right.
When he's trying to ride your arm and trying to break your arm, you reach over and pull it off.
Right,
and just keep pulling it off, and then you get up to your base.
Right.
Because he can't hold you anymore if you break that away. Now he's got that wrist ride.
Right, here we go, wrist ride.
And looking for the far side half.
There's a half.
And now you reach up, look away, and pull that off of you. Nope. Flugie tossed to his back here by Gutierrez, looking for the pin.
Oh,
this would be huge at this juncture of the match, and it is a pin. 1:28 into the second round.
Right. Oh.
Well, that's senior versus freshman right
Right
there.
there, senior versus freshman.
So it's 35-23. Ignacio Valencia now for Sunnyside. The sophomore against Evan Burdan, the senior for Wenatchee. Evan Burdan took third in the state last year at 220 pounds. Evan Burdan is ranked second in the state this year. Looking for a state championship in a few weeks, but right now just looking for a win for the Wenatchee Panthers. He shoots in deep, one leg, and gets the 2-point takedown.
He's looking for a pin is what he's looking for.
He is definitely looking to get that 6 points back that Wenatchee just lost in the previous match. Evan Burdan normally wrestles at 220, wrestling at 195 tonight.
He's
and both wrestlers ground of bounds, so they'll bring him back to the center of the mats. Evan Burdan heading off to the Marine Corps and says he's going to try to make the team. I think if he continues the way he is, he's got a pretty good chance of making the team.
By looking at his physique, I would say so, yes.
One of the most ardent men for Wenatchee High School in the weight room year-round.
Oh, year-round.
Evan Burdan. An inspiration and a captain and a leader on the football team. Played both ways, offensive line, defensive line. Now trying to get a tip here with 1:04 to go in round number 1 of his wrestling match against Ignacio Valencia. Oh, he's got that arm. Look out. He's pulling on that arm, got him to turn around. Now just strength by Burdan. Oh my gosh, and a pin. 1:16 into the first round. Evan Burdan wins by pin. Pulls this match to within 6 points at 35-29. 220 pounds will be two juniors. It'll be Andres Graciano for Sunnyside and Jack Flugie for Wenatchee. Well, we asked if it could come down to the final two matches, and it definitely does.
It is. It's right there.
Andres Graciano, the junior for the Sunnyside Grizzlies. Had to check in with the table. Got a little excited. And Jack Flugie, the second of our Flugie brothers, wrestling here for Wenatchee. Here we go. Flugie steamrolls into Graciano. Flugie looking for the throw. And he's got it. And he's got it. And he's got it. Looking for the pin here to tie this match. And he gets it. Seconds into the first round. Jack Flugie wins by pin and ties the match at 35. The league championship comes down to super heavyweight between junior Mateo Armendariz and senior Vincent Goforth. Armendariz is ranked second in the state at 285.
Whoa.
He finished 6th at the state tournament a year ago. Here we go.
Oh boy, here it is.
And you can bet the big fellas look for the throws.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a Grizzly out there on one side. I can see that.
Armendariz for Sunnyside. Goforth for Wenatchee. Armendariz trying to pull him. Get him off balance.
They'll be testing strength here to start with. The big boys always do. Yeah.
Armendariz looked down for a leg. Goforth looks for a leg. We're 35 seconds into this first round. No advantage yet.
The big boys would rather throw than get underneath the other guy.
Yep. Oh, and here's a takedown by Armendariz. Their wrestlers are out of bounds and the headgear's off. Armendariz looking for the tip here. And this could be the league championship for Sunnyside. He's got him cradled up, but Goforth gets out. 1-point escape, 3-point near fall. It's 5-1. Armendari's headgear is loose. Surprised he didn't call a timeout here to get the headgear back on. 50 seconds left. Just a mistake there by Goforth.
Wow, here they are again. Yeah.
Both pushing on each other. Leaning on each other. You get late in the second round, and they're holding each other up at that point. And now a throw attempt by Armendariz.
Right.
Goforth is able to shuck the arm and get out of it.
Tried to throw him by.
20 seconds left here in round number 1. 5-1 the score. Armendariz on top for Sunnyside. Goforth looked like he was going to get pinned, and now the bull rush, and he takes him down and takes him right to his back with 7 seconds to go here in the round. Can Goforth stay alive? 2 seconds, 1 second, and the buzzer sounds. 2-point takedown and then the 3-point near fall makes it an 8-1 contest. And we've got a blood timeout for Goforth. So they will start the medical clock here. Our crew comes out to mop up the mats as they take care of Vincent Goforth. And meanwhile, good chance for his coach to go over and check on his wrestler, but also giving him some advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured that Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Also by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and events. Call the Pro Shop. Schedule your tee time at 509-884-4653. Goforth is pointing towards the face of Armendariz, saying he's got some blood. Armendariz just shakes his head. Goforth is down, and he's down in the match 10-1. Goforth tried to turn towards Armendariz. Armendariz grabs the arm. Now Goforth to his feet, and looking, goes out of bounds and gets the 1-point escape. He does.
He does. There we are.
Goforth reaches out. You got to be careful when you reach like that. Armendariz just tries the bull rush. That's how he got his 2 takedowns so far. Let's see if he tries to do the bull rush again. That's not a wrestling term, by the way. It's not a wrestling move.
No.
You get the big fellas.
Yep.
And you got the bull rush going on.
Well, one time in Alaska, I saw 2 brown bears look just like this.
Goforth. They're saying, let's go, Vinny. Let's go, Vinny. Now the juke by Armendariz. Headgear came off again. Goforth with 1:04 to go here in the second round. Trails it 10-2. Winner of this match gives their team the match head-to-head and the league championship. Goforth. Armendariz with the bull rush again, but goes out of bounds, and they give him the 2-point takedown out of bounds. Boy,
yeah,
that's close, awfully close.
Yeah.
He had the advantage, but did he cover before they went out of bounds?
I remember now why I'm on blood pressure pills.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
Crowd on their feet here at Wenatchee High School, trying to will away for Vincent Goforth to come away with a victory. He trails at 12-2 with 40 seconds left in the second round. Vincent back to his feet again. Armendariz lost him. But then takes him back down. Look out. Took him right to his back. Vincent on his back. Armendariz trying to keep him in bounds. A lot of time left in the round. Goforth. Can he stay alive? No! A pin for Armendariz and a league title once again for the Sunnyside Grizzlies. The pin came 1 minute and 40 seconds into the second round. And what a match here tonight, as Sunnyside will win it 41-35. How about that? We will take a break and come back and wrap it up here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our coverage has been brought to you in part by Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building communities. Buying or selling? Call the Kennedy Real Estate Group. Find them online at kennedygroup.com. Also by Sangster Motors, family owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. And by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. And by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth in the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. We will be matchside coming up next. What a match here tonight, as it's Sunnyside taking down Wenatchee by a final of 41-35. We're back with more right after this.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders.
Or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
One more time around here at Wenatchee High School, and we hope for a good match tonight, Dad, and boy, did we get it.
We got it. Absolutely. Right to the wire.
Yeah. We hoped it would come down to the final match of the night, and by gosh, it did. Came down to the second round where it was Armandaris for Sunnyside that gets the pin of Vincent Goforth. But what an effort by Wenatchee. And actually, the Panthers outpinned Sunnyside in the match tonight 6-5.
Right, and I was really surprised to hear that. I kind of lost track, but it was back and forth all night long. Well, some of the matches that we thought would be one-sided early turned out the opposite way.
Yeah, well, the way the match started tonight with the win by pin by Ryder Whitley, I mean, really kind of set a tone for the evening that Wenatchee was not going to just go away quietly.
Right, absolutely. And it was a pinning move by the other wrestler that turned into a pin for Wenatchee.
Absolutely. So. Well, congratulations to the Panthers. They got one more match coming up next Thursday. We're going to have that here on the NCWLIFE Channel against the Eastmont Wildcats as they wrap up the season. But, boy, you know, a lot of youngsters for Wenatchee, and I think it bodes well for them as they get ready for the district and regional tournaments.
I think, yes. They'll take some kids to state this year, I'm sure, by numbers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this was by far the closest match for Sunnyside all season long. So they get the win here tonight. They do lose a wrestler, looks like, with a knee injury, so I hate to see that. But it is the Grizzlies coming out on top of the Wenatchee Panthers by a score of 41-35 based on a pin in our heavyweight match here tonight. Dad, I really appreciate you being here, and it's always fun to watch wrestling, and you should see us behind the scenes over here at the scorers table. We're wrestling there too.
Yeah, can't help it. Absolutely, that's a fact. But it was a battle of animals tonight. It was Panthers, cats against those bears.
Yeah. And it's the Bears that come out on top against the Panthers. For my dad, Dave Granstrom. As for our crew, we had Matthew Moore back at the studios along with Malcolm Whitehall, Dan Kuntz, our line producer here on site, Matthew Ortiz, Taylor Bonnewell, as well as Marion Granstrom. I'm Eric Granstrom. On behalf of the old coach, Dave Granstrom, thanks for joining us, and have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight's live coverage of local high school sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Together for You, and TC Slingers. This has been a special presentation of NCWLIFE Channel Sports. We now return you to normal programming already in progress. Takedown and maybe some near fall points coming up for Brad.